Terry and Kazarian timer, 1 hour, starting now.
Good morning. It's 9 a.m. I don't know if you heard that little communication between me and the Z-ster, the Z-man, or the
Speakerbot is
Z-woman.
alive.
There's Speakerbot. I've got audio confirmation for me. Since I changed my Amazon Echo device to the name that begins with Z instead of the name that begins with A, it has been comical. I have times when I have called it, oh, hi Stormy. I have times when I have called it the Z name to get it to do something. And then right after that, I go to say another command and I use the A name. Such is my life. Such a Doug. I have channel comments to respond today. I have emails to respond to today. And today's title focuses on, let's see, it's called IT Pro Tells All. And what I'm emphasizing there is that I'm willing to be pretty open about my business and answer questions, whether they come from IT pros or end users. So I just want to point out that that is a okay thing here to ask those kind of questions. I will answer them to the level that I'm comfortable answering them, which I think will be more significantly than most others. Hey, Princess. So I'll say hello to people in chat voiced. These comments were from last night. I mistakenly set the time of this show for 9 p.m. tonight instead of 9 a.m. this morning. It was surprising to me that they found that last night, and I think it might have been that Ken Stout put in a redirect from his show to my show because he kind of hinted that he might be doing that. So Ken Stout, Brian Lightfoot, Darren Gilholm, Alice Jones, Jesse Kirk, hello to you all. Good morning. John Williams, very nice trader. Good morning to everyone. That was the speedboat or powerboat from at Bass Lake. It was rented. I don't own one. I grew up with, in my family, we had ski boats for the summertime. We did snow skiing during the winter time. So it was skiing. Let's see. Still Alice, still sick. How are you, Jesse? I guess Alice is saying that she's sick. I hope you get better. I think Jesse might have been struggling too. Ken sees the time adjustment was made. Ah, yes, Doug on the lock. 5 degrees here in Scotland. Yeah, I do not know what that means. And the only thing that comes to mind for me is Loch Monster. I don't know. Sorry to hear that, Alice. Hope you get better soon. Chris Garrett was not feeling good yesterday. Feel better. Had some vegetable soup with Ken Stout live. Vegetable okra. I tried, based on conversation from you, Chris Garrett, I tried okra at a restaurant. Meh. I don't see me ordering it again. It was just kind of a non-event. I struggled to finish it. I think I finished it. Are you proud of me? John Williams, ran Israel. Patrick Randall.
Read chat, please.
Ran Israel. Ken Stout says the N is fixed. Okay, I think that's a coded message. I think I understand what you mean. The fix, oh, he means, maybe it's the fix is in. Maybe that means he has scheduled a show and wants me to redirect to it. Could that be what it means? Yes, it is. That's what it means. That's what it means, Rooney. I told him, if you let me know, I'll do a redirect. Now, when Carrie comes back into full swing, since his show follows mine much closer, and I'm not sure how useful this is to redirect people to Ken's show that starts, 10 hours from now? So you'll be competing with Carrie at that point, except on Mondays, because Monday Carrie does members only English, please. B-Link by Alex. We got some B-Link conversations today with emails and channel comments. Rand Israel, Bobby Warren, Keith, been offline for a week. What did I miss? Okay, Keith. Do you really want me to recite what I did on each of those shows because you don't want to go watch them? No. What you missed is you missed my shows. That's what you missed. That's the short way of saying it. You missed the shows that I had during the time that you weren't watching. That answers it, right? That totally answers the question. Alice says, thank you. Oh, Locke's Lake. Oh, that's it. That was -5 in Scotland. -5 points for me not getting that, I think is what he means. Okra is Southern food. My kids love it. Wow. I can't imagine. How would you say that you love it for what I had at that restaurant? Now, maybe it wasn't prepared the same. Maybe it wasn't dressed up the same. Warming trend to 20 degrees Fahrenheit. Furnace is happy not to run so much because it's warmer. Okay, now let's go get to channel comments, catch up with things that I haven't got to for a while. Is it gonna come up? Oh, that's not. I'm clicking on the wrong one. There we go. Okay, 4 days ago, comment from Carrie Holzman in response to my struggles last Saturday's show. I got kind of frustrated with his comment, and that's totally because I was just in a bad place. I had a horrible night's sleep the night before. Carrie's comment was absolutely fine and within his style, and I was not in good form. And he's responding to my frustration. He says, sorry for the miscommunication in my previous comment. In hindsight and looking at it again, I think you were fine, Carrie. You were within your style of conversation. I was just explaining the logic of the system registry backup process versus system restore, and I did elaborate on my different takes on it. Personally, I've not needed to use either system restore or registry restore in the last 6 years, and I haven't either. And the whole point I was making is that I think, haven't proven yet, that automatic recovery, automatic repair uses those, but I haven't used them personally. Where I go in and manually manipulate things, I have done that in the past. I think that's going back to Windows 95. However, I use Acronis full image backups, and I use Macrin Reflect, and even then, the Acronis restore might have only occurred once or twice in the last 2 years. My customers and the issues they face and how I proactively prepare typically follows Microsoft standard practices with regards to overriding defaults. Now that implies that the troubles that I've had is due to me doing something out of ordinary. I don't believe that to be the case, because every time it happens, I consider was there something that I could have done differently that would have prevented that? No, in every case. Not trying to say you are doing it wrong. We approach it differently, simply food for thought. I also avoid and discourage Windows customization, as do I, because it makes system replacements and rebuilds discouraging to put all the customization back. Now, when I talk about how long it takes to set up a client's computer, those are not customizations for preferences. Those are configurations for the industry-specific software that they use that we cannot not do. It just won't work for them. Their computers will not do what they need them to do. So it's not things like moving the taskbar around. In fact, when Windows 11 came around, when I set that up in clients, there was one in particular that had their taskbar over on the right side, and I told her I can't do that. She was quite disappointed. Now, I know there's utilities that can do that. I want to avoid those. So I wasn't going to do that unless it really gets ugly. And she wasn't a company owner, and I wanted to just keep things consistent. Even if she had asked, can I do this? I think I would have resisted it and had a significant conversation about it, because I don't like those kinds of customizations. I try to keep things as default as possible for that reason, with a few exceptions. My logic is that I try to avoid spend more time preventing issues that rarely ever happen, compared to the time it takes us to fix the issues that rarely ever happen. Again, just my approach and perspective. Stay well, my friend. Thank you very much, Carrie. That was really nice to read that message from you. I got a thumbs up and a heart. And then Rosemary Phelps, thanks for adding this extension. By adding this extension has made my conversations way easier to follow. That's on the how to fix Gmail reverse conversation order. And I realize right now I did not set up my time counter for conveniently responding to her. So I'm going to do that after show. Then here's a response from Eric regarding the following up how to fix File Explorer green loading bar. He's the one who originally brought the subject up and asked about it. And I did a show on Monday or Tuesday that was all about that. Tuesday, I think. And he's found a couple more registry entries and says this is not a fix, but it helps too. And he's got two registry entries here. Basically, it's the bag MRRU and the bags, and he's saying to delete them. I suspect that Eric found that somewhere else on someone else's video or Google search. And I'm thinking that, Eric, that actually might be a fix rather than a workaround, because I suspect, and I haven't tested it yet, maybe you have seen this, is that if you delete both of those and restart the computer, Windows might recreate those with default settings. And if that solves the problem, that probably is a fix, because perhaps some registry values in this registry key was misconfigured or had gotten corrupted over time, or had maybe, I don't know what goes on with these, through a Windows update or something had gotten changed, and by deleting them, you cause Windows to recreate them from scratch in a default proper configuration. So that might be actually a valid fix. Eric, I would like to know, if you could reply with a link to where you found somebody advising on that, because I would like to dig down a little deeper. So this was Eric suggesting item number 12 and 13 to those steps that are in the description of that video called Follow Up on How to Fix File Explorer. It's on the follow-up video and it's in the original video, but he was suggesting item number 12 and 13. And then this is Mike Novelli suggesting an item number 12, which is kind of fun. Just buy a new PC because of the time it takes to troubleshoot. Am I right? You can use that solution anytime. Yes. However, if you extend that further, if you say, rather than troubleshooting this issue at all, just buy a new computer. Well, that logic and that reasoning would say, well, if your printer stops working, just buy a new computer. Well, buying a new computer might not fix it if the problem is on the printer's side. But in this situation with File Explorer, the problem would be the computer. So you could just buy a new computer. I have a client that I'm doing that with I have a client I'm doing that with right now. She called me yesterday telling me that her screen just went black. Let's see, first there was some kind of an error message, and then it went black. and she had to restart the computer. And she tells me that's been happening a few times. Well, that's a Windows 10 computer. It's not Windows 11 compliant. I'm not going to troubleshoot it at all. No, I said, your computer is, we need to replace that computer. I'm just going to go ahead and bump it to the top of the list, and we're going to replace that computer soon. I'm not doing one lick of troubleshooting to that issue. So this is a valid comment if there's any other supporting reason to replace the computer, such as it's a Windows 10 computer and it's not on the approved list for Windows 11, then yeah, just buy a new computer. So yeah, that is a significant comment. It's not just comic relief. I don't know if he meant it as serious or as comic relief, but it's in either case. Yes, I'm with you. Greg M. with a rant regarding my let's see. Yeah, I did hear speaker bottle is alive, but I didn't confirm that was coming through to you. So I'm going to do an exclamation mark. Why?
Yes, affirmative.
Yeah. Yes, that did show up on the audio analyzer. Let's see what this is. I scrolled down and it went up. You saw that. You saw it scroll up. This is kind of long for rant mode. So I'm going to adjust the time index here so that I'm going to put it on fast forward. It will sound like I've sped up the video, but I haven't. If I do this well. Regarding my confusion about B-Link computers and who is the official B-Link seller on Amazon, Zvi had posted a link to B-Link official, yada yada, D1 at the end, saying it was from Carrie's website. The seller information says B-Link official is the authorized seller of authentic B-Link products on the Amazon platform. There are many merchants on the platform that offer offers that are fraudulent attempts, counterfeit products, or unauthorized resale. To ensure your complete safety and excellent service, we strive to give our customers, please avoid purchasing from other sellers. When one goes to B-Link store on Amazon, this link, and click on more in the store, it shows all the previously mentioned sellers. Heck, the menu on the B-Link store even has links in its menu to B-Link, B-Link store, and B-Link online, meaning the other sellers. The official B-Link store has links to those. If B-Link official is the authorized seller, then who are these other sellers? I buy a fair amount of stuff off AliExpress, and all these sellers on Amazon are exactly the ones I see on AliExpress. Sellers use company names and official, trying to entice you to buy from them rather than other sellers. I doubt there is any vetting of sellers on Amazon. I agree with that, and the claims they mention, just like AliExpress. Agreed. In my opinion, it's the Wild West on AliExpress and Amazon. Agreed. Heaven forbid if you ever need support past the 30-day return period. So I always look at the number of stars, how many people rated them, and look at the comments, because it is a bit of the Wild West. I feel a little more comfortable with Amazon than AliExpress. I spent the entire afternoon trying to sort out the differences between just B-Link mini PCs for web and emailing. I'm not quite sure what you mean by for web and emailing. There's nothing special about the computers for that. I guess that means you don't need a higher rated CPU, is what you're thinking there. Some models use M.2 SATA drives with an extra M.2 NVMe drive unused. These mini computers, they seem a little bit stupid sometimes, the way they're configured. Oh, and I got something else to tell you about that. Remind me to tell about the Dell stupidity. The lower end models like the S13, EQ14, and S12 use single channel memory. The EQ14 has internal power supply. I have one of those right here on my desk, which to me is a big gotcha due to the PSU in computers being something that can fail more commonly than other parts. Don't get me started about using AI to sort out the differences. Agreed, don't do that. ChatGPT gave me erroneous information about the S13, which I spent an hour trying to substantiate and could not. Yeah. The AIs are just kind of a first step, maybe. Sometimes they give really useful information. You got to really look at them with a fine-tooth comb. So, I missed the most important part. Rant mode off. Well, thank you for venting. I think I'm right with you on all of that. And I have not looked very closely at the different sellers on Amazon for B-Link. I I have basically purchased them based off of the number of reviews, the stars, the details that I read about it, and the comments. And I haven't really tried to refine who this store actually is. Yeah, Keith says, don't forget to tell us about the Dell stupidity. Yeah. I haven't told you about that yet. And yesterday I made some comments about that Dell computer that did not have an access panel for the NVMe, but I neglected to tell you about this other one. It's really important. When I first unboxed the computer, I remember pointing out to you that it had a barrel connector power port. When I took the computer to my client, you know, I shut the computer down, took the power supply, took it to the client. I went to plug it in and realized that the AC adapter for that computer was a USB-C, not a barrel connector. The computer only has one USB Type-C. So to power it, you have to plug that into the Type-C port. You can't use any of the Type-C devices unless you get, you know, a port expander. And the barrel connector for the power is just sitting there lollygagging around, not earning its paycheck. How do you not call that stupid? You put a barrel connector power port on a laptop and don't provide a barrel connector power supply? There's no planet where that makes sense or is justified. I don't get it. I don't get that at all. Yeah, that part about the B-Link computers where they're using a SATA M.2. What they're doing there is they're lowering the price of the computer. They're giving you a lower price point. If they give you an NVMe, the computer's going to cost more. So it means that you need to read the details if that's something you care about. For my end users in the offices, I don't care about that very much, because the speed difference between a SATA and an NVMe, for what my end users do, they're not doing any large file transfers. They're never going to perceive the difference. I'm pretty sure. Hi, Princess. I'm pretty sure that's true. So in the scenarios that I've been providing, those have all been scenarios where price point is important to the client. That's the only place I justify that. But you got to read the details to know what you're getting. And that just makes it take more time. Now, however, I have told you that I have not read the details so much in some cases. And that's what happened on one of the laptops I got that had a CPU that wasn't qualified for Windows 11. Now I know better. Hello, Zavi. I guess that's enough on that. Let's move on. I'm not keeping very close connection with chat today. I'm looking at the oranges. I haven't heard any read chats. So I'm going to move on. How am I doing? 9:23. How am I doing? I'm okay. You're okay. Let's see. That was, yeah, I'll give him a timestamp. And then Chris Garrett with the comment, Dell is retired. Why do I feel like there's a comment missing? Oh, maybe it's in the emails. Dell is retiring Latitude XPS and Inspiron. It's just going to be Dell. I disagree with that. I have seen it coming. My newest Dell Latitude is not the quality that my 6th gen is. Yeah, that can happen. Newer doesn't mean that it's better. I'm going to have to talk to you later. Somewhere I saw that the Latitude and Inspiron uses the same motherboard. I'm not sure if that's a big deal or not. I don't know either. I wouldn't bother caring about it. I know the shell of both laptops look the same. Used to be they were different. I did see on Dell's website they have Dell Pro, but they still have option of Latitude, XPS, and Inspiron. Yeah, well, this, I think your comment here is Dell is going to retire, not has retired. And they've got to sell out their inventory. You might find that some of those indicate no inventory on hand before they actually remove it. I'm going to give Chris a thumbs up and heart because I know he's in chat today. Is Greg M in chat? Because I don't need to give him a timestamp if he's here. I'm doing a Control F. Greg M, I think I saw him. Yes. So I'm going to give him a thumbs up and heart. That saves me from having to do a timestamp. Is Mike Novelli here? Nope. I'll give him a timestamp. Eric, I don't think is here. He hasn't shown up in chat. Nope. All right. Then Rosemarie, I'm certain is not here. She probably doesn't even know that I do daily shows. And I didn't give her the blurb. All right, let me do this. Rosemary Phelps, she says, thanks for adding, thanks. By adding this extension has made my conversations way easier to follow. You are welcome, Rosemary Phelps. That was on the video, how to fix Gmail reverse conversation order. Rosemary, I'm here live 6 days a week, intended 6 days a week, Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. Pacific time, Saturdays, 11 a.m. Pacific time. Saturday show is 2 hours long. Monday through Friday is about half an hour long. And you can ask questions in live chat. You can put comments on my channel, on any of my videos, and I will respond to them and give you a timestamp to where I responded to your question or comment. So thank you for commenting there. Okay, now I'm going to go to emails. Take a quick view through these and see which. Darren B, since I'm going to, since I already responded to him in, did I have a comment for, yeah, I did have a comment for him today that I just talked about, didn't I? I'm looking. I'm not showing it to you. No, his comment was from yesterday. So this is an email. You know what? I think I'm going to delay this because I've got only a few minutes. He asked yesterday if we want an update about his situation. It's kind of a long update, and he's not asking the question that he needs help with, so I'm going to move on. John Williams, I'll answer that momentarily. And then this next one, let's see, what did I do? Okay, gotta go take a look at this next one. This was, this was just Eric responding. Thank you very much when I responded to him during yesterday's show. And then Gary Weisenberger has some information to provide regards to the B-Link conversation. This does not expose his email address, right? Right. So, hi, Doug. I heard you're discussing B-Link on Amazon. On your show, my daughter, after much back and forth with B-Link sent her the link to their US Amazon.com store. It is B-Link Direct. So this was apparently when she's interacting with B-Link directly, they sent this link. So let's go see what that gets us. Nothing. That's just Amazon. What happened? Oh, it's saying this one. B-Link profile. Visit the B-Link Direct storefront, add to cart. This is a specific computer. So this visit the B-Link Direct. The word direct, that would seems like that would be hard for somebody to fake. But I'm not convinced that Amazon does any mediation or moderation of that. And then this one, Oh, that's basically the same thing. So since those went to the same thing, I will put that into chat. B-Link via Gary. Thank you, Gary. Yeah. Then, do I have another email? Nope, that was all of the emails. So then I'm going to get to the question. John Williams, is that your Galaxy Tab A? This is the Galaxy that I showed about a week ago that was broken glass. This is the replacement for it. Or is this the little one that I have to return? Yeah, this is a replacement. So I went to set that up in the client's office. They use it on mounted on the wall. It's a time clock, and there were some complications. So that's a work in progress, but no, it's not mine. Okay, that'll do it. Here's the email address if you want to send a question. The title of this show was IT Pro Tells All. So if you want to send a question that might be more in depth that you don't want to put into the chat room or onto a video comment, a great way to do that is by email. Or if you want to, if you're a tech and you want to give a longer story about something that you did recently, experienced recently, whether you're successful or not, whether you're asking for help or not, where you might be asking for ideas from the brain trust, we can call ourselves that. Hello, Gary.
Read chat, please.
Yeah, so you might want to send an email with more detail. You can also send pictures and videos of issues that you're having. So this last one by Gary, she was emailing blink.com for a client. She wanted to try a B-Link off Amazon first before buying direct. So she was buying direct from B-Link website, not through their Amazon store. Is that what you mean? Buying from blink.com? Is that even a thing? I don't know. Going there now. Can you place an order from blink.com to be certain that you're getting direct from them? Doesn't support a secure connection. Well, that gives you a whole lot of confidence, doesn't it? And clicking continue to, oh, there it is. Finally. Ah. Change to English up here. It's offering that to me. Yeah, this doesn't even look like a computer site, does it? I don't think that's them. I see your link, Gary. I see your link and I raise you a click. Here we're getting into overtime a little bit. Products. GT series, EQ series, Ultra 9. Let's see. Where's the ones? Where's the N100s and such that I do so often? I'm not sure they're here. These look like the higher end computers. Oh, there it is, N95. I've done N95s and I've done N100s. Can't tell the difference. $169. That's absolutely the same price that I buy them off of Amazon, but they're not going to arrive as quickly. I ought to try that. I might be trying that here soon. All right, again, let's get out of here. Out of Dodge. Have a great day, everybody. Goodbye.
That's all, folks.